Hi, third graders. Welcome to Wednesday and Thursday's Skill and Strategy. Our essential question is why do people immigrate to new places? That's the question we will be thinking about as we're reading our text. The strategy we will be focusing on today is I can make predictions, I can revise or confirm my predictions. And the skill we will be working on is I can determine the theme. Again, here are our two I can statements, our two purposes for reading. Here is our essential question. Let's look at our to do for today and tomorrow. You will watch this mini lesson. You will then read and record The Promise of Gold Mountain. You will have time tomorrow to finish this. It is a Wednesday and Thursday assignment. And then after you read through the text once, you will reread and you will complete your workbook page for theme, your graphic organizer. Make sure when you're filling out your graphic organizer, you are using complete sentences and those details from the text, just like you see on this mini lesson today to help you to be successful. So let's look back at theme. How do I identify the theme of the text? We worked on this last week, and we're going to continue building this skill. Think about the lesson or message that will make you a better person or the world a better place. We can do this by looking at the characters. What do the characters say? And what do the characters do? That will help us to determine the theme. These questions will help you to identify the key details to record in your graphic organizer. Here are some common themes found in text, or a big fancy word for text is literature. Some themes are love, characters who show love to one another. So you look for what the characters say and do. Are they showing that love is very important? Friendship. This is about literature or books with characters who develop trust and loyalty with one another. So the characters are teaching us that being a true friend is important. Trusting your friends, being honest, that's important. Courage. Literature with characters who might take risks, who are brave, who overcome a problem. Those characters are teaching us that it's important to have courage, to be brave. Hope. Literature with characters who believe in a better world. They hope that their dreams will come true. Characters teach us that hope is important to have in life, to hope for dreams and then follow through on your dreams. Responsibility. This will show us how characters teach us that it's important to be responsible. You do what you're supposed to do. Perseverance. These are books or literature with characters that never give up. No matter how hard it gets, characters never give up. That teaches us to never give up in our life. Cooperation. This is literature or books with characters who work together to solve a problem or work together to achieve a common goal. So, for example, you and your classmates might work on a project together to complete that project. You're working together. That's important to be successful. And another theme that you might see throughout a book is size doesn't matter. Even the smallest of characters can make a difference. So if you've ever read the book The Lion and the Mouse, where the lion can't get a thorn out of his paw, and this tiny little mouse helps him to get the thorn out of his paw, well, that story is just teaching us that it doesn't matter how small or big you are, you can still accomplish great things. You can make a difference in our world. So we read this text last week. We're going to start with a familiar text. We read Anansi Learns a Lesson, a folk tale that usually teaches us a lesson. And as we went through the text, we read it to think of the theme when we read it for the genre. Our essential question really helped us to identify that lesson or that theme. The essential question at the bottom left-hand corner of our page is, why is working together a good way to solve a problem? So we learned that Anansi is the spider that tricked everybody, and the characters in the text had to work together. Turtle and fish had to work together to solve their problem. So we learned it's important to work together to solve a problem. And then we went and we identified key details. We looked at what the characters said and did. So we noticed Anansi tricks Turtle by eating all the fruit when Turtle washed his hands. So Turtle decides to trick Anansi. We read that Turtle asks Fish to help, and they make a plan to trick Anansi. Then we read that Turtle and Fish invite Anansi to their feast, but Anansi dropped the stones that were keeping him at the bottom of the lake, and he went flying back up to the surface. So all throughout these key details, we have a common pattern that's happening again and again. Turtle and Fish have to work together to stop Anansi from tricking them. So we learned that working together is a good way to solve a problem, or it's important to work together to solve a problem. And that helps us as students in life. We now learn from these characters that we need to work together with our friends or our peers or our parents or our siblings to solve a problem. The text that we will be looking at today is Sailing to America. And the essential question that we will be thinking about is, why do people immigrate to new places? Well, this question can help us focus on the theme. And just from reading this question, I can make predictions. And my prediction, as I'm looking at the cover, I see the two characters that we read about on Monday, Nora and her little brother, Danny, and they're looking at pictures of America, dreaming of a new life. So if I go back in my slides to the theme slide, you can do this too. I can already think of a lesson that those characters are going to teach me. Hope. Literature with characters who believe in a better world. Nora and her brother Danny are dreaming of a better world. They're showing us that hope is important. Well, let's go back and reread and see if we can identify key details of what the characters say and do from the beginning, middle, and end. And then we will confirm our theme. We will revise or confirm our prediction of what our lesson is. Nora woke early. She hadn't slept much. It was March 1895. Dad was leaving for America today. Uncle Sean immigrated there last year and found work right away. He asked Dad to join him. It was Mama and Dad's dream to one day live in America. Nora lit a lamp for light and sat down at the table. Her brother Danny joined her. I'm going to pause here. We're in the beginning of the text, and I want to identify a key detail about what the characters say and do. And before I started reading, I predicted that the characters have hope and are dreaming of a better world. And right here, I have a key detail that confirms my prediction. It was Mama and Dad's dream to one day live in America. Now that I've identified a key detail of what the characters say or do, I'm going to record that on my graphic organizer. I'm going to organize my details. So in the beginning, so we put it in the beginning detail, very first, it was Mama and Dad's dream to live in America. Da goes first. So as we read on, we notice that Da ends up going to America first. And we're thinking about that essential question, why do people immigrate to new places? So already I'm thinking that the characters have hope. I'm predicting, and I have not yet reflected on my prediction or confirmed it definitely, but it seems as if the key details are leading to the characters having hope for a better life or dreaming of a new world. It was Mama and Dad's dream to one day live in America. Nora lit a lamp for light and sat down at the table. Her brother Danny joined her. I feel like crying, he whispered softly. I know, Nora answered. So do I. But this is Da and Mama's dream. Da will find work and send for us. Look at the photographs that Uncle Sean sent. Doesn't America look grand? As we read on, third graders, remember, we are thinking about what the characters say and do to help us determine our theme. And we've already predicted that our theme might be about hope, hoping for a better world or dreams or dreaming of a new life. I don't want to ever leave Ireland, Danny said. We won't have any friends in America. We'll be far away from Granda, Patty, and Colleen. Maybe you'll be glad it is in Ireland, Nora said. There will be enough food to eat. Mama and Dad can relax and not worry so much. We'll all have a better life. America will be the land of our dreams. I'm going to pause here. The character has said something that connects to our essential question, why do people immigrate? And our prediction of hoping for a better life or dreaming of a better life. And this is a repeated pattern. In the beginning, our characters were talking about having a better life and dreaming of a better life, and they're talking about dreaming of a better life again. So I'm going to highlight that key detail. We'll have a better life. America will be the land of our dreams. I'm now going to record this key detail on my graphic organizer to organize all of my details about what the characters say and do to help me confirm my theme. We have our first key detail from the beginning of the text. It was Mama and Dad's dream to live in America. Da goes first. And now towards the middle of the text, we have Nora tells Danny they will have a better life and that America will be the land of their dreams. Let's read on to see what the characters say and do. That repeats. So we have characters dreaming to live in America. We have characters dreaming of a better life in America. That's a pattern. Our key details connect. A year later, Da had saved enough money to send for his family. Mama, Danny, and Nora packed what little they had. They got on a crowded steamship and began their voyage. Well, right here, they've been dreaming of a new life to move to America. And what does a character say or do? Well, Da had saved enough money to send for his family. And then Mama, Danny, and Nora packed what they had and began their voyage. These are actions that the character's taking to find a better life, to follow through on their dream. I just need this highlighter to work a little bit here. Let's read on to see if there are any other important details that show or prove our prediction that the characters are hoping and dreaming for a better life. The trip across the Atlantic Ocean was rough. The air inside the steamship smelled like a dirty sock. The ship tossed up and down for days. The waves were as big as mountains. Many passengers became seasick. But Nora and Danny felt fine. Every day, Nora daydreamed and reread Da's letters. She thought of the buildings and streetcars he wrote about. In her dreams, she could picture Da on a crowded street. He had a big smile on his face. So right there, we have Nora dreaming of their better life. We're going to highlight that key detail. In her dreams, she could picture Da on a crowded street. He had a big smile on his face. So they're hoping and dreaming for that better life in America. That's what a character says or does. It's her action. One morning, Nora awoke. A moment later, she realized something was different. The ocean was as smooth as glass. A few hours later, Nora, Danny, and Mama shivered together on the ship's deck. Snowflakes drifted through the air. Another traveler noticed and gave them a blanket. It was as thin as a rag, but nothing could have been more valuable to them. Suddenly, someone shouted, "There's Lady Liberty!" As the ship passed the large statue, the crowd cheered. Someone shouted, "At last, we've arrived! We are in America!" Soon everyone was singing and dancing. A ferry took the travelers to Ellis Island. In the main hall, doctors inspected the family. They looked for signs of illness. Mama had to answer many questions. Nora knew that people didn't get an opportunity or another chance to take these tests twice. Nora looked at Danny, then at Mama. They had to pass. After a few hours, the family learned they could stay in America. As they filed off the ferry, Nora saw Uncle Sean's dark hair. Then she saw Da. His hands waved wildly. He had a big smile on his face. Dreams do come true, Nora thought as she waved back. So here are some more key details that show what the characters are saying or doing that connect to the hope of a better life or the dream of a better life. Nora, Danny, and Mama all got to stay in America. And then Dad saw them, and he had a big smile on his face. Dreams do come true, Nora thought. That's something that she's thinking as she waved back. So now at the end of the text, Da sent for his family. His family traveled by steamship. And what did the characters say or do? The characters got to stay in America. And Nora thought that dreams do come true. Let's record these key details on our graphic organizer. So we are recording our last key detail at the end of the story. At the end of the story, Da sends for the family to come to America. The family sails to America and meets Da. Nora thought to herself that dreams do come true. So now let's reread our 3 key details, make sure they make sense, and confirm or revise our prediction. It was Mama and Da's dream to live in America. Da goes first. Nora tells Danny they will have a better life and that America will be the land of their dreams. Da sends for the family to come to America. The family sails to America and meets Da. Nora thought to herself that dreams do come true. So we asked, why do people immigrate to new places? And we predicted that people immigrate to new places to make a better life for themselves, or they hope and dream for a better life. So as I look at these key details, I can confirm my prediction. I know that it's important to have hope and to work hard to make your dreams come true. So let's record our theme. It is important to always have hope and work hard to make your dreams come true. Okay, third graders, we just made predictions in order to reread the text and determine the theme. You are now going to do that with your guided reading text today. Good luck. Have fun.